Minecraft. A beautiful world with mountains and the sky. Minecraft also has beautiful buildings and animals, forest, and of course the lovely ocean. But Minecraft wasn't always like this. It started off a little bit weird. Join me on this journey as I will tell you the real story of Minecraft. The Pillagers. The Pillagers had a little rough start. I know we were supposed to talk about the mines this episode, but I thought that, you know what, let's talk about the Pillagers first, and then we can start talking about the mines. Because the Pillagers has a very, very interesting past. So yeah, here's the story. The villagers split up into 3 different groups. They had an argument. The villagers packed their stuff and left the village. They had their group join them. The first group tried to set sail, so they started building a ship. They started off with not too many crew members, but after a while they got some more. They spent nights and days building this ship to get away from those who once were their brothers and sisters, those traitors, as they said. After a while, they finished their ship, but there was something missing. They wanted to show that they were out of the villager civilization, so they changed their names to Pillagers, and they were much more aggressive. They started to develop an anger against their brothers and sisters, against the villagers. The other group built bridges and went into the forest to get away from the villages. After a while, they found themselves trapped. They did not know what to do. The third and last group was just stayed in the village. They just stayed in there. They did what they normally used to do. They just farmed. They did everything, but they did not have as much resources right now because so many villagers had left, and many of the houses was empty. The villagers that went through the forest went into the desert. That was the only place they thought they could survive. They were right, because after a while they built temples. They built temples where they can store all of their belongings. And the temple, they also got themselves a religion. They developed a love for their gods. So they made traps as well, so no one could get in. The pillagers that escaped with the ship found themselves stranded. So what they did was that they gathered all the resources nearby and started to build their own buildings, their own very, very unique buildings. They started to develop more and more hatred towards the villages. And since it was so cold here at the new place, and since it rained so much, they evolved to get a lot more grayer skin and much more aggressive. they planned an attack to attack the desert village, or the temple. They planned it. They gathered all their strongest men to the meeting up at the building. But they did not know when to attack. Neither did the villagers. The villagers did not know what would happen to them. Meanwhile, at the desert village, everything was fine. They went from having one temple to building a whole villager civilization, a different type of a village civilization. But they did not know what would happen to them during the night. Nighttime slowly came, and the pillagers got ready to attack. They gathered all their men and gathered some mobs they had created in the building that they had. And they started to attack. They made a mob that looked very familiar. The creeper. After a while they killed everyone. No one could escape. But for those who escaped were lucky. But the villager knew they had to up their offensives. So they spawned these creatures. These big creatures. They were just awful. They were just as awful as the pillagers. After a while, there were no villagers left in the sand civilization. And that's why the temples you see on your desert trip, that's why the temples are empty, because pillagers killed all the villagers. After a while, they burnt the village. They burnt it down to ashes because they did not know who would hide in the village. Hello everyone, hope you guys really enjoyed that video. Make sure to subscribe and like if you did, because it really takes a lot of time to make these videos. By the way, make sure to leave a comment down below for what you want me to do next. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and like, and at the time, I'm so close to 100 subscribers. It would be really cool if I could get to 100 subscribers soon. So yeah, hope you liked it. Make sure to subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time. Bye!